Hi everyone, it's Mike with Crane Realty. Want to speak with any of you who are thinking about selling your property. With Crane Realty, it comes pretty standard that for a lot of our listings, we'll actually do a drone shoot for the outside of your property. And for a lot of different people, when it comes to preparing for drone shoots, they really just think, keep the sidewalk shoveled, or, if it's summertime, keep the grass mowed. But there's actually a little bit more prep that certain sellers can do for their properties that'll really go a long way in order to make the presentation of their property really look nice and complete. One of the very first things is actually giving your property a little bit of time between when you agree to list the property with the listing agent and actually have a scheduled time that the property will go live on the market. By creating a little bit of time, say like a week, you can actually be able to have some favorable days that weather-wise will look really good. You can get some nice blue sky, some sunny weather, and by doing that, it'll set your property up that it'll be showcased in a day that, well, frankly, not like today, looks a little bit cloudy and overcast and might not present as well as like a nice, beautiful summer day. So definitely trying to create a little bit of time, allowing the drone pilot to schedule, get in and capture some drone footage. That might be the best thing to do when it comes to getting some really good footage taken for your property. Another thing is trying to walk your property and really just thinking about where the drone's going to be and the different angles that it can take. There's some different things that for a seller you might be aware of that other people won't until that drone actually gets into the sky. It might not become readily available for some people to take note of. Like, for example, if there was like a loose shingle or a large tree branch or something that was in a, hip and valley part of your roof line or something like that, that wasn't easily seen from the ground, but when taking pictures, all of a sudden it's there. So perhaps it's something like that that you're aware of that you can take care of. That would be really good to remove that prior to the drone pilot coming out. In addition to that, just meticulously staying on top of, your lawn's maintenance, whether that's cutting the grass, weed whacking, if you have a lot of gardens, taking care of that, making sure that there's no weeds or anything like that. If you have a pool, really staying on top of the different chemicals that go into it, and making sure it's a nice, crisp, clean, transparent water versus any type of like algae or something that could take place. So just a couple of different things. Again, thinking from a bird's eye view, looking down, what does your property look like? Because that in the end is how it's going to be showcased. In addition to that, just making sure that all of the things are put away, that you don't have wheelbarrows out, you don't have, all of your cars out, that everything is either parked or really just think if you were to host a like a backyard wedding or a graduation party the next day, the night of, you're going around and you're really pulling out all of those stops and making sure that the property is just in its absolute prime condition and ready to be showcased. So for myself as a drone pilot, I'd come out to your property, we'd schedule it for some really good weather, at the very least making sure that it's not raining. I know that can be kind of hard. This past 2 weeks here in July, we've actually just had consistent rain every day along with thunderstorms, so it's just a blessing to have no rain and getting outside and taking some pictures. But if we can flop some really nice bright weather with blue skies, that would be obviously preferred. So if this is at all helpful, you could certainly give me a call if you have more questions about getting your property droned. I'd be happy to talk about that with you. You could reach me at 585-412-8062. Again, I'm Mike with Crane Realty, and I hope to talk with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.